Well, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening to you, wherever you're watching around the world. You're joining the Invictus Racing League Formula 2 Equal Performance race, and we are now joining almost the half-season distance, and we are in the beautiful circuit of COTA in Texas, USA, and it is going to be an absolute fantastic outing. I'm Energy Dan. I'll bring you the action as and when it happens. Unfortunately, this week, guys, we don't have Warislander. He is currently on his way back to his loved ones from where he is to spend his time for Christmas with his family. So I'm going to miss him tonight, but I'll try and do my best to keep you guys up to date with all the relevant information of the race as it happens. Now, it's a very interesting circuit. Is USA. It's got a massive incline change throughout the circuit. It's 41 metres, and the highest point is obviously the infamous turn 1. That's the highest point of the track. And again, it's a brilliant circuit designed pretty much with the European circuits in mind. I mean, after turn 1, you come down to what was basically scoped on the Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel section of Silverstone. In the mix there, you've also got some brief design elements of the Senna S's from Interlagos, and you've also got a section that's based on the Germany circuit of the stadium section. So it's going to be very interesting, guys. I mean, I personally really like this circuit. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. However, super interesting track. Still relatively new on the Formula 1 calendar. I think it was 2012 or 2013 we first saw it. I think we had 1 year where we missed it due to, I'm going to try and say hurricane, but don't quote me on that, guys. But yeah, so really looking forward to this. Some super good overtaking points. And of course, we've got that back straight of the 1 kilometre back straight is 0.56 miles is the back straight. So, and it's a DRS zone as well. So super good opportunity for overtaking down that back straight. So it'll be very interesting to see exactly what happens coming down that back straight. But yeah, the championship is looking pretty good for Lozak at the minute, who's joining us after an absence last week. So again, can anybody stop the Pink Panthers? Because the Pink Panthers have had a win every race so far. So can another contractor or constructor, should I say, take it away from the Pink Panthers? Let's hope so. Let's keep it changing up, keep it guessing. But yeah, 2 DRS zones on this circuit, guys. Both with independent DRS detection zones, so it is not a bog-off zone. It's not a buy one get one free for the DRS. You have to work for each individual DRS zone, so you can't just piggyback someone and get the benefit of the next one as well. Also, speaking of the DRS, I'm a massive fan of independent DRS zones, because if you have DRS zones that are basically linked together, you can get an overtake on one, then the positions move back again on the next one. So yeah, I'm a big fan of it, of the individual or the DRS zones that are individual rather than the linked ones, or the bog off ones as I like to call them. So yeah, I mean, it's a very technical circuit, especially in Sector 1 and Sector 2, and some elements of Sector 3 are quite technical as well. So we're going to see a lot of driver setups playing a part in the outcomes. A lot of overtakes, I believe. Looks like it's a dry qualifying. I'm waiting for my media representative to send me a message about what we're expecting. I'm not the weatherman, so I can't comment, but some of my sources will be telling me exactly when or if the rain will be coming. Now, you all know what I'm like with the rain. I do get excited for it. The drivers probably hate me for wishing rain, but yeah, we'll soon see. Let's just see who we've got coming out. I'll try to work out who we had out first. Tony Y, let's go for him. So yeah, this is the American version of Maggots and Beckett's that we're seeing Tony Y come through. It's not a very hard circuit on the tyres, believe it or not, even though it's quite twisty. You're going to see, I would imagine we're going to see a one-stop. But some people could possibly do the two-stop and make it work for them, but we'll soon see. So that sun coming down that back straight is ridiculous. That might make it quite hard. You know, coming down into turn 12, that might actually play a big part in the guys finding the braking zones. But we'll soon see. You know, I could be wrong. So yeah, so far a big mix of tyres coming out there. You've got softs and mediums. Lowe's actually decided to come out on hards. Maybe just warming up on those, but we'll soon see. So yeah, 20 corners on this circuit. Many of them very technical. I mean, speaking really, you've only got 17, 19, maybe 10 that are straightforward. As we just see Tony Y onto his first fast lap. Let's just ride on board with him, see how he does it. Varied lines coming into turn 1. You're going to see a lot of drivers taking very different lines, and that super wide entry is going to be very interesting on lap 1 of the race. So just seeing Tony Y cut in very nicely. Not a particularly hard circuit for penalties here, so I'm hoping our F2 drivers are going to keep the penalties low. It's always nice to have a race decided. Oh, I think Tony Y backed out there. Yeah, he has. He's backed out. Okay, let's see who else we've got. Delange, sector 1, yeah. So I'm not sure why Tony Y backed out there, but he aborted his lap for some reason. So Delange, the Mercedes-Benz there, just looking quite tidy. Beautiful yellow helmet there for Delange. I love that design. So it doesn't look like Delange is cutting as much as Tony Y was. You can see the elevation change there. Massive incline. But we are running equal performance, so everyone is equal engine power, so that's not going to play a part. It's not realistic performance league. This is Formula 2 equal performance, so the elevation changes are not going to play a part from the constructors. So all about driver skill and driver setup. As you just see, I think it was Tony Y getting out of the way there. Fair play from him. Mr. Scene's just set a fast lap of a 133.240, and Ferocious down on the mediums, 133.668. And then Lozak on those hard tyres with a 133.8. That's unbelievable. Just on board with Delange, what's he going to do? He goes to the top with a 132.359, so fair play from him. We've got Captain Stiff, Sector 1. Ike's Fun. Let's see if we can get to Ike's Fun. No, he's just going through Sector 1, so it won't be him. Let me just try and find who's coming across next. Could be Captain Stiff, maybe. Let's ride on board with him. Oh, sorry, guys. Yeah, so he's just coming up to the last corner now. Super wide entry. Oh, sorry, no, that was... Turn 9, I believe it was. Turn 11, sorry, I do apologise. But yeah, look at that sun, so bright. And you see what it's like approaching that corner. Yeah, it does have a bit of shine on that track, so need to have your wits about you coming through that turn 12 with that sun. And it's only going to get lower as we go through this this qualifying session. 12 minutes to go. So yeah, definite divide there. Tony Wise just jumped to the top there. I didn't realise he'd gone on to another hot lap. Tony Wise gone up to the top with a 132.287. Fair play from Tony Y in that Toro Rosso. Fair play, mate. Just on board with Captain Stiff, and he goes 134.503 on those mediums. TB2 in the Pink Panther. Let's just see what he can do. He's coming through Sector 2 at the minute, just through that infamous Sunshine Corner. Another heavy braking zone, cuts it very nicely there. This is a section that people can mess up on with the wheel spin on the rear axle. Good throttle control is needed. And again, this section here is probably where we could get penalties, just coming around that double right bender. Quite high curbs here as well. We might see a couple of croppers coming because of these high curbs, especially with the high fuel load. Let's just see what TB can do. Oh, surprised with TB, 132.649. So yeah, I wasn't expecting that, to be honest with you. On board with Sab, he's getting ready for his hot lap. Let's see what gaming is. Gaming Lamonda's on his hot lap in Sector 3, so let's just ride on board with him. Looks like he's got a super low wing there. I'm not sure what ride height he's running, but that does look very, very low. Gaming Lamonda comes across the line and sets a P4 position so far, 132.594. Fantastic stuff from him. Humberstone's on an out lap, so I believe the next person will be Sab. So let's ride on board with Sab. Let's see what he can do coming through the American version of Maggots and Beckett's. Looks like he's going slow though, unless he's been conservative. Yeah, it doesn't look particularly quick, but that could be just appearances being deceptive. Again, into that blinding sun. Enormous elevation change there. Not as much as turn 1, but yeah, 41 metres of elevation change during this circuit. Yeah, it's roughly, I'm trying to work that out now, 42 metres. So yeah, you're looking at 10 metres. 10 metres every quarter lap, which is actually quite a lot for an F1 circuit. You've probably only got maybe Brazil that would maybe challenge that. Yeah, I'm not sure if this is being a bit of deception here, but it looks like Sab's not going flat out. I could be wrong, but we'll soon see because he's approaching the last turn now. Sun again. Sab comes across the line and he goes P7, 133.024. Aaron J, let's see what he can do in the Alfa Romeo. He's coming through Sector 3 now as we speak. It's a good job. You can just see that corner just enough to get your braking point and hit that apex. Aaron J comes across the line. Oh. Do apologise. That must be his outlap. I do apologise. Humberstone, whereabouts are you? He's in Sector 2. Again, driving into the blistering sun. Just misses his apex there. So, going mega wide there. He's lost probably, I'd say he's lost a good 3/10 just in that one corner alone. So, if he has carried on with this lap, it's not going to be a blistering pace. We're already at 126 and counting, so, yeah, super wide. I think he's aborted that one. Okay, so let's see if we can go for Gaming Lamonda in the pit. So let's try and find Sab. Is probably going to come back in. He's done 2 laps. 2 hot laps on those softs already, so yeah, let's not stick with Sab because I think he's going to do another, get some fresh rubbers on, come out for another lap. But we're on board with Ferocious Dan. Cuts it nicely. Very nice from Ferocious Dan there. In that papaya orange McLaren Honda. Takes it nice and wide, cuts it in. Power down. Yeah, brilliant technique from Ferocious Dan there. Absolutely fantastic. Tony Wise still sitting pretty at the top of the table of 132.287, but I'm sure TB2 or Lozak will have something to say about that. Ferocious Dan comes across the line. Wow! Ferocious Dan takes the provisional pole with a 132.215. Fantastic stuff from Ferocious Dan. Sab, let's see if he can improve on that when he gets some fresh rubber. Tony Wise come out on some fresh softs as well. He's on a fast lap. He's in Sector 1. So let's just see if we can find someone else. Let's see what Lozak's doing. He's in Sector 1 as well. Steen. He's in Sector 2, so it could be Steen. Let's just see if anyone else is further on than Steen. Yeah, so let's go Steen. So Steen's done a 133.240 so far. He is up on his time, but not by much. It's marginal. It's looking tidy though. You know, there's no major wheel spins coming off the rear axle. You know, no major understeering. Let's just ride on board with him. Let's see how he goes with this next section. Yeah, entry and exit speed of that corner was beautiful. Cuts that nicely. Eases on the power, yeah, looks very tidy. He's going to move up, I think. No, just misses out. Just misses out on that. But he has gone on for another hot lap by the looks of it. So let's just go back to, I think it was Ike's Fun, the next person. Yep. Ike's Fun's up by 2/10. Coming into sector 3. So if he carries that on, he could just jump. Yeah, it just about jumped to P9. He'd take P9 from Sab so far, but we'll soon see. Oof, 3/10 quicker, brilliant. It got P8. So a brilliant lap from Ike's Fun there. Who have we got? TB2, we just missed him doing a 1:32.341 up into P3. Tony Y, yeah, he's on a slow lap. Let's see who we got. Let's just see MJ Coop. We've not been on board with MJ Coop, who's sitting in P5. So apologies to Coop. We've missed him creeping up the order there. He's been the grey man there, sneaking up on that leaderboard for the qualifying table. Brilliant time from MJ Coop. It's really nice to see Coop up to the front pack during qualifying. Did go cut a little bit too much there. That could have invalidated his lap time, but we'll soon see. He's up 2/10 as well as Coop, so he could very well get P3 from TB2. So blistering pace from MJ Coop. Fantastic stuff from him. Be really nice to see if Coop can do this. It's coming through sector 2. Do all this sector 2 now, so won't have to wait too long until we see what Coop can do. He was, I think it was 2.8 tenths up. Let's see what he's like as he crosses the line for sector 2. Yeah, just near 3/10, so yeah, he's still on track. Okay, so I've just been informed by my media representative, the weatherman has spoken, and it's going to be a dry race. Sunny to overcast, so that could mean lower tyre temperatures in the last part of the race, which could actually help the guys. Oh no, and Coop has come in. 3.55 minutes left of this circuit, of this qualifying session. Let's just see who we've got. Lozak's on 2 laps mediums. I'm sure Lozak's going to come in and put some softs on. Humberstone, let's see where he is. Sector 1. Just looking up the order, guys. Yeah, looks like that is it. So it looks like Humberstone's going to be the only person so far on a hot lap. So let's ride on board with him. And again, that sun getting lower and lower. Oof. Really cut that corner. Looks like it's he's okay to carry on though. Bit of a second guess on the apex entry there. Just had to correct slightly. Oh, went wide there. That's going to shave off loads of time. We've seen a few other guys going wide on that corner. Yeah, it looks like he's backed out as well. So he won't have time to come in for fresh tyres. I think he's going to back off slowly, let the tyres cool down and go again. But if he sets a fast time on these, then you've already done one hot lap on him. He's going to come in, maybe. I think he is. Yeah, he's in. He is in. So there you go. That is Humberstone's last attempt, because not enough time to get fresh rubber on and back out. So Ferocious Dan. Ferocious Dan's up nearly a 10th coming through sector 2. He might even get a cheeky toe here. Even at that distance, if you're watching, you're still going to get benefit of the backwash from the car there. You know, the disturbed air moves a lot more easier. Let's hope Aaron J gets out of the way here. Yeah, he does. Very professional driving from Aaron J there. Fantastic stuff. Yellow's flags in, sectors 2 and 3. Probably just slow moving guys. Looks like Ferocious Dan is on it though. So we'll come to the last corner. Let's see what he can do. It's going to be tight. And he goes faster with a 1:31.786, blistering lap from Ferocious Dan. Absolutely fantastic. Tony Wise is going to want to stamp that out. Tony Wise is going to his fast lap now. Colin J in Sector 2 is down on his time. So yeah, let's go with Tony Y. I think it's going to be Tony Y, then TB, then maybe DeLange or Coop. TTG Conti down the bottom, he's out on a fast lap. Let's just really quickly check with Conti. He's in Sector 3 and he's down on his time, way down on his time. Yeah, Tony Wise bailed out of it for some reason. Was that the Alfa Romeo of Colin J going fast? No, Aaron J maybe? Yeah, he's in Sector 2. Oh, a little bit of a mishap on the gear selection there. Keeps it nice and tight on that corner though. Nicely linked around there. So qualifying time, the official race clock has finished. If not already on a lap, that is it. You can finish your lap, but you cannot start another one. And on board with Aaron J. He comes across the line. Can he improve? Yes, he can. P3. 1:32.021. Fantastic stuff. Tony Y. Yeah, he's gone. DeLange is in Sector 3. He's down on his time. I don't think DeLange is going to improve. He was way down coming that corner. MJ Coop, bit of a lock up there. Not ideal entry coming through that corner there, but he's got his power down nicely around that double horseshoe section. Second to last corner. Oh, just drifting a little bit wide. This could be a good time. This is actually going to be a good time. Oh, P7 for MJ Coop. Colin J is up nearly a 10th. Looks like the pole position has been finished, unless Colin J can pull something blistering out the bag now. No, and here's a vortex. There you go, guys. That is the qualifying over. Ferocious Dan taking the pole, denying the 2 racing points any form of glory in terms of qualifying. Bit of a surprise result from Lozak, finishing outside the top 10, and that gives him free tyre choice. Maybe it's not a favourite track of Lozak. TB2 is up there on the softs. He's only done 1 lap on those. Now Tony Y, looking at the tyres, yeah, it doesn't give us. It's I'm not sure the 0 laps for Tony Y is accurate. It's going to be at least 1 lap is done on those qualifying time tyres. Yeah, a bit of a surprise result there for the qualifying. I am actually quite surprised at that, but you know, it could be very interesting. So there you go, guys. Ferocious Dan in the McLaren taking that pole position. Joining him on the front row is Tony Y in the Toro Rosso. TB2 on the second row with a 1:31.893. Aaron J in P4 with a 1:32.021. Then Mr. Steen and DeLange. On the next row, we've got MJ Coop and Colin J. The row after that, we have got Ixfun and Galen Alamonda. We've also got Lozak, a surprise qualifying position for Lozak in P11, and joining him in on that row is Matty. In P13, we've got Sab, and then TTG Conti is in 14. 15 and 16 is Humberstone and Captain Stiff. Captain Stiff bringing up the rear position. So yeah, really surprising from that qualifying session. Obviously, remember, guys, anyone finishing outside the top 10 gets to choose what tyres they start on. That means fresh tyres, never raced on, clean as a whistle. This could play into the hands of the likes of Lozak, especially if he chooses the mediums. You know, it could pick off the people he wants to in the first few corners. Excuse me, guys. And then just settle into a nice pace and try and do as much as he can. Now, those mediums, slightly more resilient than the softs. So he could very well push those mediums with the pace he's got as well. He could very well just push it. I would imagine by the time anyone on softs in the top 10 pit, we're going to see Lozak take the lead. I would imagine that is going to be the case. Once we get back onto the grid starts, we will see exactly what the front runners started on. Qualified on. So just waiting for the guys to get all their relevant pit crew to the grid and in their cars and started up. So watch out for turn 1 here, guys. It's going to be very interesting. It's a super wide entry and it's like a funnel. It just funnels you into that downhill turn as it fires you down to that American version of Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel. So yeah, turns 1, 2 and 3, even 4, 5 and 6 is going to be super interesting. So as you can see from this angle, super wide entry. Look at the distance on that corner and then look how tight it is coming through. Unbelievable. And then again, it goes into a normal racing circuit type distance, so it's going to be super interesting. So guys, just bear with me. Sorry, look, 2 secs, guys. So sorry about that, guys. Just speaking with our media representatives and race control about a couple of issues on the circuit, but nothing to worry about, guys. Right, just bear with me, guys. I need to invite someone into. Sorry about the disruption in gameplay there, guys. In stream there, guys. I do believe we've got Charlie joining me in the commentary box. Hello, Charlie.
Hello.
How you doing, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. You?
Oh, brilliant, mate. It's nice to have you in the commentary box, mate. Thanks for joining me.
That's right. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be a good race, mate. I love America. Do you like Quarter?
I like it. I'm not too good at it though.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's fun to drive.
Yeah, it is a good one. So as I was just getting ready now, we're about to see those beautiful red lights. Green flag waving in the background. There you go, the LCD board on the right going green. 1 light, 2 lights. We've got 3, 4 lights and 5 lights. And we are lights out, away we go. Brilliant start from pretty much all the guys there. Ferocious Dan getting a brilliant lead though. As he just chooses a slightly wide line coming to turn 1. As you see the racing point of Tony Y and TB getting very close there. But again, Ferocious Dan. Oh, he got contact on. Oh, no, we got Ferocious Dan getting contact with TB2 and he goes off. His wing is damaged and he is out so far. He's going to turn it around though. But look like TB2 and Ferocious Dan getting super close there and a little bit of contact made them spin. So Ferocious Dan is way back in 17, so unfortunate. Tony Y now leading. What did you see what happened there, Charlie? It was a bit close coming into that corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think too many cars tried squeezing through into one corner there. It didn't really work out for them.
No, I don't, mate. I mean, I think it was three cars abreast there, so really unfortunate. I think Frochter's going to be pretty upset about that, but you know, this is racing. So Tony White now taking the lead with TB2 racing on his heels. Aaron J also in this front pack. So Tony White, TB2, and Aaron J try to make a break for it. I'm just going to put the tyres on for everyone to see. So yeah, P1 all the way back to MJ Coupe in P8 have got softs on. Lozak did choose those mediums to start his first stint on. So what I was saying before we started, Charlie, was Lozak for some reason qualifying way out of where he normally is, and choosing to go outside the top 10, or maybe being outside the top 10 and putting mediums on. But I think we're going to see Lozak, obviously, after the first pit stops of the front guys, is going to take the race lead. And I'm not sure whether this is strategy for him or not. I don't know.
It's a strategy that some people tried on Monday, but for me personally, I've tried it before. And once the front runners on softs pit for their mediums, they're so much faster on their mediums that you end up losing a lot of time. You can find yourself being a pit stop behind.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's a gamble, but you know, if he's got the pace, it could pay off.
Yeah, it could. I mean, Lozak is rapid. I'm not sure what he's been like in any of the practice races, but you know, Lozak's got some serious form. So I wouldn't be surprised if all this is some kind of special tactic he's designed for it. But you know, we'll soon see.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you expect round here, mate? Would you expect a one-stop, or would people favour a two-stop?
I'd expect people to go for a one-stop. I mean, if you really struggle on your tyres, then maybe people will go for a two-stop. But yeah, majority of people, I would say, one-stop.
Yeah, just on board with TB2 now. He's pushing on the back of Delange's gearbox. He's seriously tuning some fumes coming out the back of his car. But then we've got Guillaume Alamonda. Guillaume Alamonda's well up, actually. Let's just put the position change on. Yeah, Guillaume Alamonda's up 4 positions, so obviously capitalising on that incident at the start. He's moved up from 10th to 6th, so yeah, fair play from him.
Yeah, he's had a really good start.
He's having a quick cheeky look down the side of TB2 there, just telling him, yeah, letting him know, yeah, I'm here, I'm coming for you. So TB2 not really reacting. I don't think he's too phased by it. But again, just moving left was Guillaume Alamonda, letting him see him in his mirrors, let his presence feel known to TB2. Just up front, as we switch again, sorry mate, Colin J and Aaron J running together now. So the two teammates now running together. This is not what the Racing Points wanted, because the Racing Points are obviously leading the constructors, and these Alphas, if they can keep this position throughout the entire race, then this is going to be a brilliant result for them. But it is early, we'll soon see.
Yeah, there's a lot that can happen at this track, so let's not count our chickens in.
Oh, Lozak seriously close to the back of Coupe. Coupe moves out the way. That was super close from Lozak and MJ Coupe there.
Invite me to the session now?
Say again, mate.
Could you invite me into the actual game?
Oh, sorry, mate. I do apologise. Bear with me, guys. Yeah, I'm not sure I can, mate, to be honest with you. I've not got an option for it.
Maybe in the start menu of the game.
Yeah, bear with. No, I've got race director and quick to main menu, mate. What we'll do is, if we get someone out of the race, we'll get them to invite you in, mate. All right.
Okay.
But if you can follow on the stream for now, mate, that'd be awesome, mate. So yeah, yeah, just with Lozak still chasing MJ Coupe. MJ Coupe's kind of pulling out a bit of a lead now, to be honest with you. Approaching the infamous 41-metre high turn 1. Oh,
yeah.
MJ Coupe just bailing out there. As we just see TB2 getting past Guillaume Alamonda. They were side by side then. Oh, TB2. Oh, there's contact. Oh, TB2 got a penalty for going wide on the corner on the entry to there and then made contact. Wow, the Racing Points having a mare of a race. So yeah, TB2's got some serious wing damage. His right end plate of his front wing is totally missing, and he's now got TGG County all over the back of him. So, yeah, the Racing Point's getting a serious bad start to the USA Grand Prix.
I think TB should have backed out there and realised he was fighting a losing battle going into the.
Yeah, I mean, he's not really helping the constructors' fight here at all, or his own title fight, to be honest with you, because everyone else that's in front of him, that's playing to their hands. They need Lozak to have a bad race today.
Yeah, he's been the man to beat, so everyone needs to capitalise on his starting position.
Whoa, almost. Sorry, mate, almost 3 into 1 corner there from Steen Gaming, Almonda and MJ Coupe. Oof. MJ Coupe lost out there. Lozak got past him. Oh, chopping and changing here. If you are watching live, guys, I am trying to keep the action on screen as much as I can, but there's so much happening. It's hard to... Yeah, there we go. We're just in the background. TB2 coming into the pits. He's going to change that wing. I would imagine he's going to try and go hards and do a 23-lap stint. I know that's hard. That's MJ Coupe goes left-hand side. Oh, fantastic move from MJ Coupe, who gets 2 places. Can he keep it stick, though? No, he made 1 position stick. He's back on the back of Lozak. Brave move from MJ Coupe there into turn 1. Oh, and MJ Coupe picks up a time penalty. But wow, what a move from MJ Coupe. I thought he was going to make a 2-position place gain then, but not quite made it. Whew, so much action. So Lozak all over the back of Game Elamonda. Moves to the left. He's got the inside line now. Coming into turn 11, and he's got the inside line. Makes it stick. He's going to push him out wide. Yep, and he should have that done and dusted. However, Game Elamonda will get DRS, but Lozak also has DRS. So that has kind of negated that benefit.
Yeah, I don't think Game Elamonda got the DRS there.
No, I don't think he did actually, mate.
Perfectly.
But yeah, MJ Coupe is some serious form from Coupe. Where's this form from Coupe come from?
Yeah, Game Elamonda made himself into a sitting duck there.
But yeah, I'm seriously impressed by Coupe today. I mean, Coupe's a brilliant driver. I know he's running no assists this season, but yeah, absolute brilliant form from Coupe. Seriously impressed.
Yeah, he just seems to be biding his time and picking people off as they fall out of the way.
Yeah, great tactic. Yeah, just went a little bit wide there though. That's brought Game Elamonda a little bit closer to him, as we just see TDT just on the back of Game Elamonda as well. So yeah, 3-way battle here. Obviously, this slipstream is powerful here.
Yeah, the slipstream and DRS is very powerful in the straights. You can just be like 9/10 behind going into a DRS zone and be right on the back of someone by the end of the straight. So it's very strong.
Now I love this American version of the Maggots and Beckett's. Absolute brilliant.
It is brilliant, but it's horrible on your tyres. So
it is.
You've got to be smooth through there, otherwise you'll feel it for the rest of the first sector.
Oh, Coupe just getting a bit of a rear axle happy there. He kept it on track though, so fair play. Good recovery from Coupe, but that has now pushed Game Elamonda up to the back of MJ Coupe. We see TTG all over the back of Game Elamonda as well. So you can see this mid to rear pack just starting to close up again. People finding the rhythm. Some guys have probably overcooked the tyres a little bit, so they're just settling down and making it easy. Oh, you see more movements again. Coupe defending brilliantly there as Game Elamonda just moves in front of TTG. Apologise, guys. I'm really struggling to pronounce Conti's name tonight. So yeah, amazing opening six laps there. What do you think, Charlie, mate?
Yeah, there's been a lot of action so far, a lot of changes in position. You know, you got like Lozak up 6 places and Conti up 6 places, Sab up 4 places. You know, Captain Stiff up 5. There's been a lot of changes. Some guys have had incidents, but there's been a lot of good overtaking as well.
There has, mate. Yeah, I mean, I know America, or Kota is a really good overtaking circuit, but I wasn't expecting quite as much as this chopping and changing. Game Elamonda moving left into turn 1, gets it from Coupe, but Coupe's going to take the easier line, higher speed. Oh, TGT also getting in the mix with MJ Coupe, as we see Mr. Steen get a 3-second time penalty. Oof. This is actually making me really nervous, Charlie. I keep seeing guys going for it in these corners and my heart comes out my chest.
Yeah, you just got to be really careful for that section, because you can go for a hero move and end up losing 3-4 places if you're not careful, and potentially damaging your car. So
yeah, I mean,
not the worst ideas.
wings super important here as well. You know, even the slightest, you know, the yellow wing of death, we like to call it, even that can throw you off here. So, although I'm loving this aggression from the guys, they need to be careful not to damage those wings. So, Mr. Steen, mate, if you want to message Steen, see if he can invite you in, mate, because he's just dropped out.
Yep.
Cheers, buddy. So just while Charlie's trying to get in the session properly so he can see exactly what we're watching. So yeah, Tony Y moved up 1 position after that incident at the start. Delange's up 4 positions in P2. Then Lozak, our championship leader, is now up into P3. He's not stopped yet. So yeah, there's only been 4 stops so far from Aaron J, TB, Frosistan and Matty. So yeah, this Lozak is really playing into that strategy that he's chosen. And again, if I change it to the tyres, as you can see, Lozak on those mediums, we're going to start seeing the soft tyre guys start to struggle. I would say lap 9 is probably the most competitive you're going to get out of these guys. So Lozak, if he can just bide his time, keep those tyres cool, and then unleash hell when Tony Y pits, you could very well see Lozak retain the lead. But we'll soon see. I mean, Lozak is 5 seconds in front. Sorry, that's on leader. He's 4 seconds behind Tony. Delange is pushing on the back of him, but then he's a 4-second gap to Colin J. So I think it's a 21 or 22 lap deficit on the pit strategy here. So be interested to see exactly what happens. But he's in the mix. Even if he pits when the soft guys start to pit, you know, that keeps him in the mix.
Lozak is in a very strong position because he's just gaining on Tony now. So the smaller that gap is when Tony pits, the better it'll be for Lozak. He's just got to make sure that when these guys come out on their fresh mediums, that he keeps his own pace up and doesn't lose too much time to them.
Yeah, I mean, good thing with the mediums though, I mean, they are a lot more resilient than the softs. You can probably push them to, would you say, lap 15 in around Kota?
You tend not to struggle with the temperature so much on the mediums as well, so you keep them in better. Softs wear really quickly.
So I'm just going to join the back of TTG, who's trying to chase down Coop, but Gavin Lamonda's on the back of this train, as well as Sab. So Sab's on the mediums as well, remember everyone. So we see Gavin Lamonda, it was Colin J in the pits, and we see Tony Wyke in the pits. So we're starting to see those softs drop off for the guys. See a lock up from Coop again. Ooh, it's alright. Yeah, so the softs. This is the switch over point for the softs. Now that has released Lozak into the lead. I would imagine now he's in clean air, we're going to see Lozak build quite a good lead. He's got a good 6 laps now. Just sit in clean air and try and build out as much of a lead as he can.
Yeah, he's just got to keep those times consistent and not lose too much time when these guys come out on their fresh tyres.
Oh, on board with Sab, mate. He's all over the back of Gavin Lamonda. He wants that position back.
Yeah, Sab's tyre choice is coming into effect now with the soft tyre runners losing some grip, and Sab's all over the back of them.
Yeah, I mean, I've always wondered as well, mate, when people go for the reverse strategy, the mediums in the second part, with the lower fuel loads, do you think that's actually detrimental? Would you think the higher weight at the beginning is better? Because obviously they don't have as much traction. So I would imagine the heavier fuel load would actually be beneficial for the harder tyre. Or am I overthinking that, mate?
I don't think it makes too much of a difference. The only thing I would say is it's normally better to go for the normal optimum strategy, because you're in the fight from the start, and if you've got pace, you're going to be in the fight all the way anyway. If you haven't got pace and you go for the alternative one, you know, you're only going to get so far with that due to the tyre. You're not going to be in the fight, as you know, at the end as a given.
I mean, the only beneficial of the normal the reverse strategy, I would say, is, you know, the soft tyre or the softer option tyre on light fuel is going to be super rapid compared to the guys on mediums.
Yeah, but you've got to make the most of that in that first few laps.
You have, yeah, of course.
You just hit a wall where the more durable tyre then becomes just as fast as your warm soft, and you end up not really getting anywhere, which is quite frustrating.
Wow, have you seen the lead of Lozak now? 5.4 seconds. Wow. So I think he's been really sensible. I think he's purposely done this to choose the fresh medium tyres, You know, get in front, watch everyone do their first stints, get in front, and then just pound out in front. So I genuinely think Lozak has purposely qualified low down.
Yeah, and I think Lozak knows he's got the pace to do this as well. So
Yeah.
it makes a difference, you know. With someone who's not as quick as him, I don't think it would be as effective. But I think he's quite clearly, and obviously with Ferocious Dan dropping down early in the race, that was probably his main competitor, one of his main competitors out the way.
Yeah, I mean, I was really gutted to see Ferocious Dan and is it TB2 get a bit of contact
Two quick guys.
Yeah, so it's unfortunate for Ferocious Dan because I think he did a superb job putting it on the front row in that pole position. So you can't take that away from Ferocious Dan. You know, he stopped the racing points, getting the front spot, and you know, you've got to commend him for that.
Yeah, definitely. He's done really well so far.
So just seeing TTG come in the pits now. That releases Sab. Now, surely Delange is going to come in as well. But seeing that, the Sab's 14 seconds behind Lozak on the same tyre strategy. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Jake and Tony Y have gone on to hards. And as R&J as well. So, and TB has gone on hards. So I wasn't expecting
Jake
that.
Started on the hards.
Oh, did he?
Tony Y has pitted and gone on to the hards.
Yeah.
So,
I wasn't expecting that, were you?
Strategy from Tony. I don't know. You know, maybe he's done testing and he's struggled on the mediums before. Maybe that's swayed his decision there. But for me, a medium would have been better tyres to switch to.
Yeah, I can't imagine what those hard tyres are going to be like going through the S's of Quarter.
Yeah, the S's aren't too bad because they don't require that much steering input. But
yeah,
the corners afterwards where you really need the tyre to cling on, the hard, I just can't imagine being any good.
Yeah, I can't either, mate. Yes, some seriously interesting strategies as we just go on board with. Oh, I just missed it. Sorry, guys. We've seen Aaron J get past Humberstone. I just saw it going down to the thousandths of a tenth of a second. We just see Aaron J getting past him again. So Humberstone and Aaron J going wheel to wheel. Let's see if Humberstone can come back at him. Look, I love those aerial shots. Absolutely brilliant. See, it looks like Humberstone's coming back now as we come down this super long back. Is it the super long back straight? Oh no, it's the last corner. So again, we're going to get a good shot of them coming across the line. He is closing though. Let's just see what battery he's on. He's got 40% battery for Humberstone. And 70% for Aaron J. So yeah, that's probably why he's keeping in front. But that'll only a matter of time until we see the batteries run down. As you see in the front there, let me just see if we can switch to Tony Y and Jake, because they're running really super close together.
Yeah, Tony Y on those much fresher tyres should be making his way past soon.
Yeah, I mean Jake's going to have to pit soon, obviously, but. It's worthwhile. I was going to say as well, sorry to cut you off, mate. Jake actually arrived late at the circuit, so his engineers didn't have time to set his car up for his chosen strategies. He won't be running the optimum strategy on his setup.
No, he's definitely not. So yeah, I think he's just trying to make the best of an unprepared for race.
Yeah.
Jake is.
So I imagine he could probably still get points here if he's careful though. He's going to be on the softer option tyre after the pit stop.
He's just got to not lose too much time now.
Exactly.
And make sure he's in contention, you know. And there could be a safety car, like on Monday night there was a safety car and it just caused mayhem. So anything can happen yet.
Yeah, I mean, you're in dangerous territory of invicting the commentator's curse there, mate. But by mentioning the SC word, but.
Make it more fun. It gives them something to think about.
Yeah, well, I love it, mate. I love it. But I don't know if you saw a couple of seasons ago, the last race of the season when I unfortunately cursed Nick, the champion, into losing the constructors by saying the only way they could lose the constructors if Nick crashed out. And as I said it, he crashed out. So since then, mate, it was I couldn't believe it. So yeah, I was. From that point forward, I've tried as much as possible not to invict the commentator's curse. It does happen though. This racing.
It's just inevitable. I don't know why.
Typical, isn't it, mate? Typical. But yeah, Tony White still sitting pretty. It's the closest battle so far on track. Obviously he's on, as you said, Charlie. He's on the fresher tyres.
Yeah.
He's only got 15 laps. 15 laps to go now. More than achievable. 19 laps on those hard tyres at the end of the race. So yeah, he's having a good sniff at the back of Sab there. Now Sab 12 laps on those mediums. He's going to be coming in soon, so I won't expect Sab to put up too much of a fight, but you're obviously not going to open the door and let him sail past.
No, I think Tony does want to dispatch Sab quite quickly, because Sab won't be pitting for another 5 or so laps. So if he wants to keep his advantage he's got over Aaron J, Tony needs to clear Sab quite quickly. Yeah,
I mean, if you were Sab, would you fight this?
Probably not. Because if I was Sab, I know I need to just, let the faster guy go and just go with him as much as you can.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that, mate. I've just seen Sab taking the inside line again, approaching turn 1, going over the American mountain, let's call it. So to try and run him a little bit wider. Yeah, he does. So brilliant race from Sab there. Just looking at the board there with the leader times. You got, even if Lozak and Sab pit now. Well, I'm saying that Lozak's got a 20-second lead over Sab. Sab's going to drop down somewhere around, Ike's Fun's position if he pits, or when he pits. So
Lozak is really in a strong position to win this race. And the more Sab holds up Tony, the stronger Lozak's position becomes.
But I mean, we're almost getting to the point where Lozak's going to get a free pit stop. Another couple of seconds, maybe 3 or 4 seconds, and Lozak's got a free pit stop. Yeah, so
Tony really needs to clear Sab now. This is crucial for Tony's race.
Yeah, it totally is, mate. Yeah, he's got the inside line now, though. Yeah, looks like him. Oh, they nearly touched there, but looks like Tony's got it done. Does Sab give him? Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's got it done. So yeah, brilliant move from Tony Y there. Tony Y's needs to knock it up a notch now and get the push that accelerator pedal straight through that floor and get this car moving. But you just see there, now he's cleared him. You already see just a slight gap starting to open up.
Yeah, I think he obviously had more pace than Sab on those fresher tyres, so he just needs to crack on now and try and close that gap as much to Lozak before Lozak makes it his pit stop, which is not too far away now.
Oh, Sab's in. Sab is in now. I've just seen Aaron J on the back of Jake. But yeah, going back to Tony Y following Sab, he's on the hard tyre. So when you're running the dirty wake of the car in front, it's even worse when you're on a hard tyre, because you lose the downforce, which makes those hard tyres even slippier. So it'd be nice to have seen what Tony could have done if he'd have moved beyond Sab straight away.
Yeah, I think Tony's kind of made this race a bit harder for himself by choosing the hard tyre, in my opinion. I think the medium was the tyre always to go for. Which other drivers have done, and it's worked out for them so far. So I think Lozak really is in a very strong position to win this race now. He's pulling away from Tony still, and as Tony's cleared Sab, so he's going to have a free pit stop by the looks of it by the time he pits.
Yeah, I'd imagine so. I mean, what's Tony going to do though? I mean, he's done 6 laps. He's got another 13 to go. So even if Lozak comes back out on you imagine softs, he's going to be nowhere. He's going to be so faster on those softs. And Tony Y by the 17-18 lap point, those hards are going to be shot. It's going to be so slidey, especially on the rear axle going through the S's and stuff. It's going to be you'd be hard pressed not to have a little bit of a spin or a moment on those hard tyres, especially going through the S's. So.
Yeah, definitely.
It'd be interesting to see though, won't it?
I mean, depending on how Colin J and Delanga hold on to their tyres, who have, they're on relatively fresh mediums, they could even find themselves catching Aaron JS and Tony White at the end.
Yeah, I'm just looking down the back. Now we've got Ferocious Dan and Sab almost running together. So you're probably going to see these guys battle it out for whatever positions they can. Let's quickly flick to stops. So everyone's stopped apart from Jake and Humberstone, so they're going to drop way down to the back once they do. But yeah, the likes of Ferocious Dan, Sab, I can't really see them making up much now.
It's interesting to see that Sab's gone onto the hard tyre when he started on the medium.
Yeah, that is
He's kind of negated any advantage that strategy was going to give him. Maybe he was just struggling with tyre temperatures or tyre wear.
Yeah, maybe, mate. Maybe. So yeah, some very, very strange strategies coming from the guys here. I wasn't expecting the hard tyre to be seen today, to be honest with you, mate. But I don't know.
There's a really big mix of strategies all the way through the grid at the moment.
Yeah, there is. I mean, do you think the track temperature's been a little bit higher, and that's stopped people choosing the soft to medium or the medium to soft?
Yeah, like I say, maybe some people are really just struggling with tyre temperatures. It is a really bad thing around here, tyre temperatures. Especially through the first sector, you can really overheat your tyres, and you pay for it for the rest of the lap. So.
Yeah, I agree. So if anyone's watching live on the stream, just give us your thoughts. Do you think Lozak can keep this, and who do you think the P2 and P3 positions are going to be at the checkered flag? Give us your thoughts in the stream, guys. Let us know your thoughts, and let us know what you're thinking about all these strategies. I'll just see MJ Coop moving ahead of Humblestone as he pits. Let's see what we got. Looking down the order, it seems to have all settled out quite a bit now. Aaron J's looking pretty good though. I know we've been riding with him quite a bit now, but he's starting to make a decent move on Aaron J.
Yeah, Aaron can see Tony in front of him, and as Tony's picked up another penalty just then. So yeah, Aaron can see Tony, and he's obviously got him in his sights and is wanting to hunt him down.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware what the F2 guys are like, but they absolutely love getting penalties.
I think everyone does at tracks like this. It's not just them.
But yeah, it's always interesting the last lap coming across the line. I mean, I've normally got the Wieslander giving me the heads up on the penalties, so I mean maybe you can do the same. But for the first 2 seasons of Invictus that I was commentating, I was on my own. I was having to try and write them down or just try and keep a track of them, and it was always funny coming across the line. You think, oh, he's got P3. Oh no, he's not. It's P5. So yeah, it's.
Yeah, it's one of those tracks like Russia last week.
Oh, Russia!
Everything changes as everyone comes over the line.
I mean, Russia is particularly difficult.
Yeah, Russia's really strict on corner cutting. You can really fall foul of that if you're not careful with your car placement.
Oh, Humblestone getting really untidy there, coming out that corner as Ferocious Dan tries to beat down on the back of him. Yeah, touching back on Russia there, Charlie. When you drive Russia, it almost feels like the stewards are changing the track limits on certain corners because you're doing the same lines, and it's literally
it's minimal. Yeah, it is. A couple of millimeters.
It is, yeah. Not to mention, it's a horrible circuit to drive round.
It's not the best of circuits.
It doesn't. Yeah,
middle sector's really sort of bland. It's quick, but it's bland.
So just seeing Ferocious Dan on the back of Humblestone again. These two are going at it.
They tried the move.
Just seen some.
Defended it well so far though.
Was it Ike's getting out, or Matty getting out of the way? Yeah, Matty went really deep and went off the circuit there. So yeah, them two have made up a position each. Now Humblestone and Ferocious Dan could very well be in contention for points here. Let's just flick it back to tyres.
Especially on those soft tyres as well. Should be coming through the field now. Really pushing to the last 10 laps.
I mean, TB2's going to struggle in that P9 position. He's got TTG on the back of him. Captain Stiff only 3 seconds behind him. So I think TB is going to be hard pressed to even score points here. So
yeah, obviously with that incident in the beginning, losing his wing, it's really cost him.
Yeah, I imagine the stewards are going to have a look at that. I'm sure either of those drivers will be reporting that, but we'll soon see in due course.
It didn't look like there was any sort of malice involved.
I
think TV should have just backed out, but he tried going into a corner a bit too hot.
Yeah. It doesn't help that it's on a downhill section as well, because obviously that's going to add the pendulum effect with a heavy car that's got the engine and the fuel to the mid rear. Going downhill, that's just the pendulum effect straight away. Any movement on that rear axle, and you're pretty much gone, aren't you?
Yeah, you've really got to have a good feeling and just understand, how to control your car. To put it plainly, you've got to have a good feeling, and if you're not quite confident, then it's easy to make an error like that. So.
It is me. I mean, we're not taking anything away from the guys. These things happen. It is racing, and as you said, Charlie, there's no malice involved. It is just racing.
Yeah.
So just try to find some battles on track now. Sab's got in front of Matty, so yeah, the two McLarens now pretty much riding together. They're going to be chasing for points, but looking up front, you know, we've not really got many battles going on track though, have we?
If you see that gap between Lozak and Tony has gone from when we were talking about it, it was 20 seconds-ish, and now it's 22.
So I'll tell you what, let's run above with Tony then.
It's really looking good for Lozak as he's pitted.
Yeah, so just on board with Tony Y now. We're going to see if he can beat him to it, and even if he does, he's going to be on fresher tyres, and it's going to be an interesting battle. I hope Tony Y can get in front. He's going to be doubtful, but he'll make great racing if he can.
Yeah, it's not a very long pit.
No, he's out already. He's out already and in front. Yeah, 5 seconds in front as well. Wow.
Yeah, Lozak has really blown everyone away here with his pace, to be honest. He should have an easy run to the end now.
Yeah, I imagine so, mate. Find tyres. So there you go, guys. That is the tyre strategy or the tyre life. We're up on screen for you. Really interesting. Some varying numbers and varying tyre choices, as Charlie mentioned as well. Some very strange strategies or unique strategies coming out that we didn't expect to see in Quarter. So yeah, super interesting. I don't know if you guys watching have enjoyed this, but I certainly have. Some certain curveballs flying at us from left, right and centre, but looking down those tyres there, Charlie, you've got Delange on 8-lap old mediums. He's only got 8 laps left to go, so he's pretty much on target for staying where he is. TB2, do you think TB2 can keep P8? I don't think he can, you know.
I don't think so. You got Jacob
and Humberstone as well, yeah.
Should be coming through behind. You know, they should be able to clear Captain Stiff and then get onto the back of TB. I'm not sure about Game and Alamondo. I don't know if they'll get that far because there's a bit of a gap there, but they should be able to jump up a couple of places.
Yeah, I mean, Game and Alamondo's probably on the further end of those medium tyres by the end. He's already done 10 laps and you've got another 8 laps to go. 18 laps. It's going to be a lot to ask of those at race pace, especially when everyone's been defending and battling.
Yeah, but the tyres seem to even themselves out at the end. I mean, the medium can be just as fast as the soft at the end because the soft gets worn and gets hot so quickly. Yeah, they do get really jellified, don't they? Especially when they get a little bit too warm. But yeah, the good thing with the softs though is you back off for a quarter or half a lap, and it does bring that temperature down. The mediums and hards, you can tend to lean on them a bit more, and they don't take as long to warm up. But then you got the double-edged sword. Once you've warmed them up, they take a lot longer to cool down as well. So that's the two ends of the scale you got with those compounds of tyres. Oh, we got Aaron J having a move on Tony, is it?
It was Colin J on Aaron J. Oh no, it was Aaron J on Tony. Well, you're right, mate. Sorry, Charlie. So we're going to see this concertina effect start to take place now. You'll probably see the likes of Game and Lamonde, MJ Coupe, Delange, all starting to close up as we're just seeing Tony Y try to take that position back on Aaron J. But Aaron J, I'm surprised to see Aaron J actually out in front on those 2-lap deficit hard tyres, but yeah, he's making it work for himself.
Yeah, Aaron got the move done there. He was very kind to Tony, gave him a lot of space, but Tony wasn't able to capitalise on it. It's a good move.
Yeah, Tony Y's battery is pretty depleted there. He's harvesting quite a lot now.
He looked very slow on the straight.
Yeah, so just back on with.
Aaron's picked up another penalty.
Oh, unbelievable! But yeah, Aaron's got a 61% battery, so yeah, maybe that's what it was. Tony Y just using the battery to defend, and yeah, he's gone too hard on that battery deployment.
Yeah, Aaron needs to take advantage of this and use his battery to pull away and break the DRS gap.
Ooh, I'm just going to flick down to Jake, because I believe Jake is closing in on TB2.
Jake has made a move on Captain Stiff, who was pitted.
And Jake's on the back of TB2 now, mate, as well, coming down towards turn 2, towards the American Maggots and Beckett's.
Yeah.
He's on the soft tyre, though, mate. This is inevitable.
Yeah, he should be able to clear TB quite quickly.
Ooh. Yeah, you can tell TB's struggling in the braking zones. He's having to brake a lot earlier on those hard tyres, whereas Jake has to slam on the anchors there to avoid running into the back of TB. Now he's going to go for the inside line.
Red light flashing. TB's trying to save some ERS as well for the straight.
Now, long straight now. It's a kilometre long straight. DRS will open up for Jake. This is going to be a pretty straightforward pass, I think. Yeah, takes the inside line. See, actually, Jake went wider than I thought he was going to. I thought he was going to actually stay a little bit tighter to try and deny TB getting any more ground on him. But it seems to have worked. Those soft tyres working for him. We're going to see Jake kind of sail off to the sunset now.
It's a nice move by Jacob. He needs to get cracking now and see if he can catch game in Alamonda. 6 seconds. He's got roughly 6 laps, 5 or 6 laps to do it, so he could do it.
He could do, yeah. It'd be tight.
Could be a last lap pass.
Yeah, it could be, mate. Yeah. Now you see the other one I'm watching is Ferocious Dan on the back of Humberstone. Now Humberstone's on 6 lap old softs. You could probably push these to lap 11 at this stage of the race, but Ferocious Dan already done 12 laps on the mediums. I'm not even sure if he can do it, but it'd be interesting to see if Ferocious Dan can steal the last point from Humberstone. So
he could, and we don't know what penalties the guys in front of Dan have got, and Dan himself. But you've also got Tony, who's still sticking to the back of Aaron, so he's trying to take P2 back.
Yeah, so super interesting this. In fact, let's go with Tony White because he's looked like he's closing in on him. So I'm really glad that that sunshine has gone from that corner because it was really hard, especially in qualifying. Not if you saw, mate, but the sun glare was horrendous.
Yeah, the sun glare is horrendous around here. You almost want to wear sunglasses.
Yeah, you do.
It's it makes it really hard in the braking zones for pretty much all of the hairpins on the track. Yeah, it can really put you off, especially into the last corner.
Wow, 14-second lead for Lozak. That is so impressive. 4 laps remaining of this this race now. We're starting to see the guys start to kind of get back in the mix. We're starting to see the sub 1 second gaps starting to reappear. Tony White just having a little bit of a think there. Tony White's got 2 laps advantage over Aaron J on the tyres here. So
just biding his time at the moment and possibly saving some ERS for a move.
I imagine so, mate. Yeah, I'd agree with you there, mate. It'd be the sensible thing. I mean, it's one thing's making a move on track, but making a move with DRS is more sensible.
Yeah, it helps to have plenty of ERS left, so to be able to defend that position after you've made the move.
Oh, looks like we've lost MJ Coupe, possibly to technical difficulties of a car. So unfortunate from Coupe there.
It's a real shame. He was running well in P7 or P6.
Yeah, I'm just having a look. And Coupe's in the barrier. Oh, unfortunate. So I just went on board with Sab to see what we could see, and it looks like maybe a bit of a tank slapper from Coupe. So I'm super good for Coupe.
It's very easy to lose it around there.
Yeah, I'm super going, mate. Cooper, really good qualifying session, really strong first stint, and then made that second stint work for him. He was really on board for some serious points there. So, really shame to see Coop go out of this, bow out of this race.
Yeah, it's a shame. He was having a really good race, driving really well.
Let's go back on board with Aaron. Still sticking half a second behind Tony Y. I'm pretty sure down the back straight between 12 and 13 he's going to make a move.
Yeah, Tony was repassed him. Tony was behind Aaron.
Yeah, but I mean, what I'm saying is I think Aaron J can come back at him because the DRS is so powerful here.
Unlikely. They're probably playing a game between the two of them.
Cat and mouse.
Trying to outfox each other and see who can get who on the last lap.
Yeah, that's it, yeah. But as we're saying in qualifying as well, though, because it's an individual DRS circuit, it's not like you can, if it's what I call a buy one get one free DRS, when you get the 2 for 1, it neutralises DRS because you get DRS, you overtake, but then the guy that's already in front loses out. But then when you've got the individual ones, you have to work for it. You really have to work for it because it almost neutralises it.
Yeah, you know, the guy who passed then has DRS on you, and if you're on very similar tyres and you've got very similar pace anyway, then it can be quite frustrating actually, because you can be a little bit faster than the car behind, and he can come back at you.
Yeah.
Just through that, really, for having DRS.
I mean, I really don't agree with double DRS zones. I really don't, because the person behind gets 2 DRS zones for the one, and that for me goes against the racing formula for me. You know, I mean, I'm not a fan of DRS anyway, but yeah, the 2-for-1 DRS zones, I'm a massive hater of that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think DRS is just a necessary evil at the moment.
Yeah.
I think some DRS zones could be shortened, just so the drivers are actually alongside, or you know, have to outbrake each other, or use some sort of racecraft, as opposed to already being ahead by the time they get into the corner.
Oh yes, yeah.
That's not racing. That's just
great point, mate.
Pass.
Yeah, but hopefully with these 2021 regulations coming in, with the ground force aero, this could be a turning point for Formula 1 for the better.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't agree with everyone's negativity of Formula 1. I still think I absolutely love the sport. It's my favourite sport. I've always loved it, and I don't think racing's bad at all. I think we get some cracking racing, and I hate the negativity that Formula 1 gets. But 2021 for me does seem like it's going to be the flagship year of the modern era.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, fingers crossed, mate.
Our racing can be just as good as what we're hoping for in real life.
Oh, undoubtedly, mate, undoubtedly. So he's looking down. Oh, going a little bit wide there for Aaron J. That's kind of dropped him back a good 2 or 3 tenths. Not what I want to see. Lozak pick up a penalty. Himself. Not that that's going to make a dent in his 19-second lead, but
no, hopefully not. He's driven really well, and sort of.
This could be close, Charlie.
Everyone else needs to up their game, really. Everyone else really needs to up their game. You know, if this is his pace, week in, week out, I can't really see anyone beating him.
Yeah, I mean, with Lozak's form, do you think we're going to see Lozak? I know it's quite premature to say this, but do you think we're going to see Lozak move up to Formula 1?
It depends, obviously, what assist he's using, but you know, his pace is clearly good enough to be in the F1 League. So,
of course, mate. I would agree with that. Yeah,
wouldn't surprise me.
So I was just looking down, Jake, sticking to the back of the game. I'm on to Humberstone, 3-second time penalty, unfortunately for Humberstone. Humberstone's in scoring points. He's got 2 points as it stands. But those penalties again, Charlie, they're going to make. Oh, Aaron J pick up a penalty as well. Oof.
Yeah, I've seen Aaron J pick up a few. So
yeah,
it could just drop in behind Tony, regardless of what happens.
I mean, it's with the penultimate lap, mate. So we're getting close to the checkered flag now.
Sab retired. Lost Sab as well from the race now.
Oh no. Let's see if we can see, go on board with Lozak, see if we can see why that is. Yellow flag in sector 3 and sector 1. Not seeing anything so far. No, yellow flags have gone. That's a mystery, so we don't know why we've lost Sab. So wow, Lozak in the Pink Panther, absolutely storming it as he crosses the line to start his final lap of this race. Humberstone has now left. Oof, why is he left? Let's go catch his stiff. Let's go on board with Ike's Fun, see if you can see. Oh, there you go. There's Humberstone. Really strange place, Charlie. Coming down the back straight. About a third of the way down.
That he's had an incident with someone. There's a lot of debris on the track, so
yeah,
I don't know if he was near anyone or not, but it looks more like an incident with another car, because you tend not to lose it by yourself.
Yeah, not a third way down, no. Unless he was pushing his tyres and he had a puncture and it spin him into the corner. We don't know, but you know, I'd be interested to see what happens. But you know, one of the unknowns,
after the race.
Yeah. So I'm going to stay on board with Lozak and watch our podium finishes across the line, mate. If you want to keep a track of any battles going on behind us, once our podium positions are across the line, I'll flick back to anything you're watching, mate.
Yeah, it might be worth flicking back to Aaron JS as he's behind Tony coming down the long straight at the moment. or about to be anyway. So he might have a run now.
Ooh, might not be close enough that though, mate. That's not quite.
Then you got DeLange close behind, Colin J behind, who's having a run on him.
So just on board with Lozak now as he turns the last corner. He's approaching that checker flag. He's weaving already. He's going to be happy with that. He crosses the line. He takes the win. Absolute fantastic drive. I was just seeing Tony White and Aaron J battling out for the last position. Now, penalties are going to play a part in this. We don't know exactly who's got what, but we're soon going to find out as we're approaching the last turn of this circuit. Round 5, quarter. Tony White comes across P2. Is he going to keep it? He does, he keeps P2, Aaron J in P3, while Colin J take it from him on penalties. No, he doesn't. Oh, DeLange gets it. Wow, DeLange gets P3. Oh, unbelievable. And then Jake takes P4. Wow, absolute fantastic from Jake. Let's put position change. So, Jake, wow, up 13 positions. P5 is Aaron J, up 1 position. Then we've got Colin J in P6, Galen Lamonda in P7. Excuse me, guys. TB2 in P8, down 5 positions. Ferocious Stan down 8 positions in P9. Captain Stiff taking that last point in the Mercedes, up 6 positions. Now, I've got to say this, Jake, got to be driver of the day, don't you think, Charlie?
I think you can't really argue with that. You could say Lozak won the race and went up 10 positions. So it's between those two, definitely.
So yeah, thanks Jamie, just saying great commentaries. Yeah, thanks Jamie, mate, appreciate that, mate. So there you go, there are your podium finishes for Circuit of the Americas, round 5, Invictus Racing League, Formula 2 Equal Performance. Wow, what a race that was. Absolute fantastic stuff. Oof, so much action there, absolute fantastic. So there flows the champagne. I'm just going to go away from the podium, just run down the order before we get our guys in for the interviews. Oof. So there you go, guys. Lozak taking yet another win. That's his 4th win of the season. Tony White in P2. Then we've got DeLange in P3. Jake up. Wow. Started 17th and finished 4th. Brilliant from Jake. And then we've got Aaron J in P5. Colin J in P6. Gavin Lamonda in P7. TB2 in P8. Ferocious Stan in P9. Captain Stiff taking the last points in P10. TTG in P11. Matty in P12. Ike's in 13. Humberstone in 14. Sab down in 15th. And MJ Coop in 16th, with Mr. Steen bringing on the wooden spoon position in 17. So I don't know about you guys watching, but that was an absolute fantastic race. Charlie, what did you think, mate?
Yeah, it was brilliant. There was a lot of variation in strategy. It was hard to call what was going on. There was good overtaking on track and, you know, some dirtier action, but that's to be expected when you're racing as hard as these guys do.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty hard race, to be honest with you. Fair play to everyone that took part tonight. It was actually hard selecting the battles, because just wow, seriously hard from everyone there. So what do you think the turning point of the race was for you, Charlie?
Just for the lead, in terms of talking about the lead, it's just the gap and the pace that Lozak was able to keep once everyone else pitted. You know, it was clear that once everyone else pitted and he managed to keep a 20-second gap, then no one else really had a chance. Yeah, that the pit stops really was the turning point.
Yeah,
Lozak's real pace.
Yeah, I mean, this is just joining in for the interviews now. Let's see if we've got the guys with us. Lozak, are you joining us, mate? So we've not got Lozak just as of yet. Let's just see, Tony Y. Do we have Tony Y joining us for the interviews? No Tony Y just as of yet. Let's just wait to see if any more people join, mate. So, Lozak, do we have Lozak here?
No, you need to invite people into the party.
No, MJ Coop's doing it, mate.
He said he can't invite, you can only suggest, I think.
Ah, okay, right, bear with me then. Sorry, guys. There we go, Delange and Lozak. Okay, Charlie, if you want to... Lozak should be coming in now, mate. If you want to start the interviews, I'll see if we can get our other podium position into the podium interviews. Yeah, so we now have Delange joining.
Good evening, guys.
And good evening, Lozak. Yeah, bear with me, mate. So I'll get Delange in. Bear with me. Ah, perfect. There we go.
Tony, I think.
Well, if you want to start asking our race winner some questions, mate, I will try and get Tony White into the interviews.
Yeah, so brilliant race. How did you find that?
Yeah, I was a bit scared at the start because I was starting too far back for my likes, but I managed to not take damages or something like that. And then the strategy worked perfectly because I managed to do more laps with the mediums and then have a fresh soft at the end to push and create a gap from Tony. So
Yeah,
yeah,
were you finding it easy or hard to look after your mediums in the first stint? Because we saw that your pace, even when everyone else pitted onto their fresher tyres, on their fresh mediums, that your pace didn't really drop off and you were able to match them.
yeah, because even in the laps 15, 16, 17, for example, the pace was still there, only a few tenths slower than my best. So I find a way to manage ERS and something like that to look after the tires, and so it went really good. But at the start, I lost obviously sometimes with the overtakes and behind the cars on soft that were overheating. So yeah, but in the end, it went very well for me.
Yeah, nice one. It was a brilliant drive, pretty flawless, and well controlled. So, well done. Tony started second, finished second. Are you happy with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. You had a good battle with Aaron as well. How did you go about thinking about that one? No. Yeah, of course. You don't want to lose too much time.
Tony, just moving on to the championship, mate. How are you feeling for the championship fight? I mean, I know Lozak's got some serious pace, but do you think you can maybe push on and take him on some of the tracks that are coming up in the second part of the season? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you had 8 point scoring positions in your second race. Obviously, you didn't start the last two, but then you got some decent points now. So you should be pretty positive there, mate. I mean, you've got Azerbaijan coming up next. A beautiful, one of my favourite circuits ever. Very beautiful to drive around. I mean, surely that should be quite exciting for you because it's anyone's circuit, is Azerbaijan. through Castle section. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just on the championship as well, mate. Looking into the constructors, are you and your teammate coercing before races for strategy, and are you both getting heads to head with taking the fight to the people, or is it something you're not too bothered about this season? Yeah, it'd be nice, mate. Yeah, I mean, definitely splitting. We saw a lot of split strategies tonight. Myself and Charlie was quite surprised by some of the tyre choice that people chose. So yeah, I think teammates coercing with strategy, I think, is a good point going forward. So if anyone's watching this back, guys, get your head stuck into your teammate and start planning out, because I think you guys need to start thinking about how to take these Pink Panther boys down. So yeah, so. Take that away if you can, Tony Y, and see if you can come back, and everyone else that's listening, see if you can try and get some strategies together to take these Pink Panther boys down.
Yeah, and obviously, third and finally, we come to De Lange. Obviously, you didn't finish on the podium on track, but you obviously kept your nose clean and was able to steal third place in the end.
Yes, man. Pretty happy with that. It's a long time ago. So, yeah. It's a good race.
Was it a fun race for you? Were you involved in many battles, or was it just a case of really minding your own business and just trying not to pick up any penalties, which you obviously did successfully?
Well, the first stint was pretty cool. Did some overtakes there. Well, not great overtakes, mostly on the straights, but yeah, they count too. And second stint was quite a lonely drive. For most part of it, I didn't have any DRS, so whenever I got close, I couldn't use the DRS. So. Yeah, that wasn't perfect. But then I know I don't get a lot of time penalties most of the times. And some guys in front of me had some penalties. So.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the championship, De Lange, that adds 12 points to your tally, which makes it to a total of 16, which that would actually bring you up with a couple of changes. I was definitely going to bring you up a good 3 or 4 places in the championship for the drivers. What's your thoughts moving forward, mate? I mean, that was a beautiful performance from yourself today. Do you think you can take this form forward and try and push these guys that are up the top of the table for some positions?
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I hope so. Well, of course, the championship is out of my reach. I guess so, but yeah, I'll try my best. There's some cool tracks coming up. Most of them I like. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Nah, good
I
stuff,
had some
mate.
bad races, so some accidents with, yeah, one incident in the previous races and missed one, I think.
Yeah, you missed. You missed out on Silverstone, unfortunately. But yeah, on to Azerbaijan next, mate. How do you feel about Azerbaijan? Is it a track you like?
Yeah, I do like it. Most of the time I can keep it pretty clean. So around Baku, that's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
So just keep it clean into turn 1, 2, and turn 2. Yeah, and get the most points as possible. Probably a podium again would be nice.
It would, mate. Yeah, I mean, I'm personally really looking forward to Azerbaijan. It's probably my favourite circuit on the calendar. Not only to race, but to commentate on, because there's always decent action. That long straight down the Humphrey straight, it's brilliant for overtakes, and it separates the street circuit sentiment. So I'm looking forward to it, mate. So I wish you all the best of luck. Get some practice in, mate. Let's see you come back nice and strong, and let's see if you can take a podium position without penalties being involved. That'd be really, really great to see, mate.
Thanks, mate. I'll do my best.
Thank you very much, mate. Well, thanks for your racing tonight, mate. It's a pleasure to watch, and we'll catch you next week for Azerbaijan, buddy.
Alright, see you next week.
Take care, buddy. Bye bye. So Charlie, that was a brilliant race. I don't know about you, but I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was really good to watch. Like I say earlier, a lot of mixed strategies, and it was created for many unknown outcomes, as we saw in the end with De Lange sneaking onto the podium.
Yeah.
And gaining a lot of places. So, and Captain Stiff was able to steal a point in the end after he pitted again. So yeah, many different things happening and a very varied outcome.
Yeah, super interesting. So yeah, I mean, if you guys have been watching back and you want to know the full position standings of the drivers or the constructors, then of course get us on Facebook or get us on Twitter, or even log on to the website, Invictus Racing League. All the information is there. Charlie, I really want to thank you for joining me tonight. It was unexpected. I thought it was going to be solo tonight, as Warris couldn't join in. So yeah, thank you for joining me, mate. Before we sign off, just let our guys know, it's not just Formula 2. Tonight we also had the Formula 3 equal performance running alongside us. So once you finish watching this, go make yourself a brew, do what you need to do, and then put the Formula 3 race on, because they were running alongside us. And also we've got the Formula 1 No Assist League that runs on a Monday, and on a Tuesday we've got the realistic performance as well. So yeah, there's plenty of races for you guys to go back and watch. If you're new to Invictus, well, thanks for joining us. And if you're watching us on YouTube, just hit that subscribe button on the right-hand side and the little bell icon. If you hit that bell icon, you'll be notified every time Invictus goes live, so you can catch all your favourite races, and they're all there for you to watch back and catch up on the action. So yeah, thanks again, guys. But yeah, Charlie, any parting shots from you, mate?
No, just everyone have a good Christmas and be ready for the racing when we get back.
Yeah, that's it, guys. So yeah, we are doing a short break now. So it's Christmas and New Year, time for everyone to have a nice time with their loved ones and their families. So for anyone who's watching, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Keep the practicing up, guys, for all the drivers that are listening, and we'll see you in the new year to get those exhausts firing up again for some awesome Invictus racing action. So Charlie, thanks a lot, mate. Good night to you, mate. And to our viewers, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the new year. Take care, guys. Good night.